Hey, what's up, everyone? So today I'm going to be reviewing the Billboard Music Awards of 2020. And just like the MTV Video Music Awards, I'm not going to be reviewing every single performance. All right, so let's just get started. All right, so first they start the show. The opening is Kelly Clarkson singing Higher Love by Steve Winwood. And the Pentatonics are also going to come out here, and Sheila E. too. I love the way that they open this show. I mean, maybe because Higher Love and Steve Winwood is more from when I was growing up than now. But I love when they bring in older music to these shows and do it live. And Sheila E. I used to love. I still do. I love her song "The Glamorous Life" and "Love Bizarre," but more so "The Glamorous Life." And the Pentatonics are great. The way they do everything a cappella, and they still sound just great. It doesn't seem like they. I mean, they did change the song up a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's that much off to where you can't recognize it. So here's Sia singing live. Everybody in the show, well, most people in the show sang live, and I think that's how they should do it. And Sia, you could always count on her to have like all of these elaborate costumes and the hair covering her face. No, but she could do that though because she's a really good singer, so it doesn't take anything away from her voice. I think I read a while ago that it was the reason why she wears the hair over her face. She doesn't like showing her face is because I think she was really, really shy when she was younger, and she was never able to sing in front of people. So it makes her more comfortable when like she can't see what's out in front of her. I think I remember reading about that. Now, here's Kelly Clarkson is hosting, and here she is doing a little bit of shtick, but it's not as bad as the shtick that I saw at the MTV Video Music Awards with Kiki Palmer. But I mean, that's neither host's fault, that's how the people who run the show did it. So, but like I said before, MTV Video Music Awards, it was a great production. So I'm not taking anything away from that. Really. And for this, it must feel so weird, like doing a show or speaking to no audience. I'm just really glad that they didn't have fake applause or a fake audience. Just do what you got to do. Have the awards and performances, instead of all of that dumb stuff. So, I mean, it's fine here because she's just doing it as a gag. A little shout out to these guys. I mean, I'm not too familiar with them, but I've seen them before. They do a reaction channel on YouTube, so just a shout out to them getting a little recognition on a major award show. That's pretty cool. I mean, I do a few reactions, and it's usually the songs that I'm not that familiar with because I want it to be like a fresh reaction. And like all of these songs that people do reactions to, It's like I'm looking at the screen and I'm saying, how do you not know that song? Like, how have you never heard that song or not know that artist? I mean, if you're into music, I would think you would know, you know, like somebody like if you're doing a reaction to Kelly Clarkson, especially if you grew up in that time period, how do you not know who Kelly Clarkson is? And I'm not saying that to disparage anybody. I just kind of find that weird for myself. Here's Alicia Keys. I love Alicia Keys, but I like seeing her at the piano when she sings. I mean, that's not saying that this was a bad performance, because it's not. I'm just biased towards artists who play the piano, and I love seeing them at their instrument when I get to see a performance. Oh, and go check out her episode on Song Exploder on Netflix if you want an inside account on her and Sampha. I think it's Sampha's song 3 Hour Drive. She also does some pretty cool stuff on her YouTube, where she gives intimate live performances of some of the songs on her albums. It's like she was at the piano here for like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, but it wasn't. I'd rather see her at the piano the whole time almost. Even though she looks great in that outfit.
On freshly cut cornfields, one arm out the window, one hand on the wheel. Some things just go better together.
I love just hearing a singer and a piano. I love the lyrics of this song too. I mean, it's not your typical good old boys, country drinking beer and partying country song that seems to be, really prominent today, or for the last decade or so. I just love a song with really good lyrics. And usually, in the music industry, loud and fast songs are what, is king on the top of the charts. But, you need a good ballad sometimes.
Your lipstick stained every coffee cup that I got in this house. The way you say I love you too's like rain on an old tin roof. And your hand fits right into mine like a needle in a groove.
See, man, like lyrics like that. Your hand fits into mine just like a needle in a groove. I really like the song for Post Malone, but I'm pretty sure it's not live singing. I mean, one reason I like Post is because you can't judge him from his appearance. I mean, he looks like he would just be a rapper and not really as sensitive and in touch as some of his songs portray. I mean, I've also seen him in some interviews and situations where he seems like a really humble person. And just like when he was accepting his Billboard Awards, when I first saw him, I had that stereotype in my mind that I wasn't going to be interested in any of his music, but I was wrong. I mean, they're at a construction site here, and they made it look really good with the way they lighted it. And also, just like how the MTV Video Music Awards was Lady Gaga's night, the Billboard Music Awards was Post Malone's night. I mean, like Kelly Clarkson said before, he was nominated 16 times, and he actually won 9 awards. I mean, that's pretty amazing considering that some artists, I mean, most artists don't win any of these awards, and a lot of them just win like 1 over their lifetime. Brandy still looks like she's a kid. I mean, at first I couldn't really tell she was singing live. Then a little later on in the performance, I could tell that she was actually singing live. I didn't check her and Monica out on their Versus show on Instagram. So if you did see it, let me know if it was any good in the comments. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was good, but let me know.
Hold up, now wait a minute, my baby. Someone in here gonna be after my baby. After love these days, you got questions, but no doubt.
This song kind of gives me like a Music Soul Child song vibe. Like I said before, like in the opening when they did Higher Ground, they brought back a song from it's like the 80s or early 90s from Steve Winwood, and now they got Brandy doing a throwback. I like shows like that when they do that. This was obviously a very emotional performance for John Legend, because if you don't know, John and Chrissy Teigen recently had a miscarriage with their son Jack.
We got a good thing, babe.
And I like that this is, like I said before, back to just a piano and a voice. That could be really powerful in music.
We both know.
And all the people on Twitter trolling them about this, you should be ashamed of yourself. I just know I'll always follow the light in your heart. See, now Doja is obviously speaking live because you can hear the mic like crackling, or the S's or the P's popping or whatever, like the wind moving through the mic. But then I can't tell when she starts singing if she's singing live or not. She was actually trolling people on her Instagram about lip syncing, and everyone said she was singing live, so I have no clue. I mean, she always puts on a good show. I just don't know if she's singing live or not. It's I don't know. It's so hard to tell these days. And here's Garth Brooks getting. Actually, before he gets his Icon Award, I mean, he's had a huge career and he's broken records and sold tons of albums. And I like a few of his songs, but I just wasn't much into country when I was younger. And he was at the forefront of, the music industry. I mean, he did sing "Shameless" by Billy Joel and made it a pretty big hit. And I also saw him perform it at the last Play It Shay with Billy. But I've just never really been into like traditional country sound. I'm more into like modern country, Rascal Flatts, Dan and Shay. But you can't deny that Garth Brooks is a huge icon in the music world, especially in country music. I could just never get into that like traditional country sound, like with the accent and everything. Here's like a little tribute that they did for Eddie Van Halen, who just passed away. I mean, if it's one thing that I miss from shows like this, it's the live playing with bands. Mostly now, even if the singers sing live, they're singing it with track and not live music, and they don't have a band playing behind them. David Lee Roth, man, he was always wacky. But that's what made him such a good frontman. I mean, Eddie Van Halen is thought to be one of, if not the greatest guitar player ever. I mean, I go with Stevie Ray Vaughan for being the greatest guitar player ever, but I mean, you can't really argue with Eddie Van Halen being one of the greats, if not the greatest. I just have I just have my own preference. Just what I said before, like having a live band play, and here's En Vogue with a live band behind me. I mean, of course, they're from the '90s. I mean, like I said before, I love seeing artists from a different time period come back to these shows. I guess it's also because they're a group from when I was growing up. You know, when music was good, Sonny. I'm obviously just kidding because there's a lot of good music today, even if a lot of it doesn't get the spotlight as much. So I like award shows like Billboard and the Grammys because I mean I could be wrong, but I think they encompass a wider variety of music than an award show like the MTV Video Music Awards. I mean, I'm not knocking them, and like I said before, they put on a great production. I understand that they're Video Music Awards, so they have to go a certain way. With the BBMAs, I liked Kelly Clarkson hosting because she's down to earth and playful and just real. I liked that most everyone seemed to sing live, though Sway Lee seemed to have some auto tune working when he was singing, and Post Malone didn't seem to be singing live either. It didn't seem like BTS was singing live either, but I mean, I obviously I could be wrong. I probably am wrong on some of these, but sometimes it's pretty hard to tell. But I just want to say thank you, Billboard, for doing it right. And it was mostly a live show, and they didn't have the stupid fake audience clapping or laughing or fake audience silhouettes. So thank you, Billboard, for doing it right, or at least I think you did it right. All right, so let me know in the comments what you liked about the Billboard Music Awards and what you didn't like. And like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you later.